Have you ever met someone who seems to have it all together? A person with a dazzling smile, a charismatic presence, and an impeccable social mask? But for some reason, deep down, you get this unsettling feeling that something is profoundly wrong. It's not anything they've said or done overtly. It's an invisible alarm bell ringing in your soul. What if that feeling is a signal? A deep intuition warning you about one of the most dangerous psychological signs in a person. Today, we're going to use the profound insights of Carl Jung to uncover 7 hidden and most dangerous signs that a person might be a psychological minefield. Jung believed that the most significant truths about a person are often hidden beneath the surface, residing in the unconscious mind. He taught us that what we see is often just a carefully constructed facade, or what he called the persona. And sometimes, behind the most charming of personas, lurks a darkness that is far more perilous than any obvious red flag. So lean in, because understanding these signs isn't about being judgmental. It's about mastering a form of psychological self-defense. If you see these signs, Jung would tell you to trust your gut and be prepared to protect yourself. Let's begin. So the first sign, a truly dangerous one from a Jungian perspective, is a person with a severe and rigid persona shadow split. Jung defined the persona as the mask we wear for the world, the socially acceptable self. The shadow is everything we repress, deny, and hide from ourselves. Our negative traits, our insecurities, our darker impulses. A healthy person has a flexible persona and is in dialogue with their shadow, integrating it to become whole. But a dangerous person has a persona that is a fortress, flawless and perfect on the outside. Their kindness seems absolute, their moral compass unwavering. However, their shadow is a massive, unintegrated beast. This split means their kindness is not authentic, it's a performance. And when the mask slips, or when they are in a private, unobserved moment, the shadow takes over, revealing a shocking cruelty, an intense pettiness, or a complete lack of empathy. This is the Jekyll and Hyde personality, and it's dangerous because you never know which version of them you're dealing with. The kindness is a lie, and the cruelty is the truth. The second hidden sign is the presence of an unhealed complex that possesses their personality. Jung's work on complexes, the emotionally charged ideas and images in the unconscious, is central to understanding human behavior. A person with an unhealed and powerful complex, like a mother or father complex, can become possessed by it. This is particularly dangerous when it manifests as a need for absolute control. Their relationships are not about mutual growth. They are about trying to unconsciously resolve their own inner conflict through you. They might project their own parents' role onto you, or demand that you fulfill a need that was never met in their childhood. They don't see you as a person. They see you as a stand-in for a piece of their psychological history. This makes their love conditional and their anger unpredictable. You will feel suffocated, controlled, and constantly judged, all because they are trying to fix something in their past that has nothing to do with you. The third sign is a chronic and pathological reliance on projection. We all project. It's a natural human function, but a dangerous person does it pathologically. They are completely unable to take responsibility for their own flaws, failures, or darkest feelings. Instead, they see these things in you, and only in you. A liar will accuse you of lying. A cheater will become paranoid about your loyalty. A deeply insecure person will constantly find ways to belittle you and make you feel small. When you are around a person who pathologically projects, you will constantly feel like you are walking on eggshells, inexplicably blamed for their unhappiness, and held responsible for their mistakes. Their inner world is a mess of contradictions and guilt, but they refuse to look inward, so they dump it all on you. Being the recipient of this kind of projection is psychologically draining and destructive. Our fourth sign is a profound lack of personal myth or inner narrative. Jung believed that a healthy individual creates their own personal myth, the story of their life, that gives it meaning and direction. A person who is psychologically dangerous often lacks this inner narrative. They are empty at their core. Their existence is not driven by a sense of purpose, growth, or self-discovery. Instead, they are defined by their ability to manipulate and control the narratives of others. They are like psychological vampires, drawing their sense of self and their energy from the people around them. They will create drama, sow discord, and play with people's emotions because it gives them a sense of power and a fleeting feeling of being alive. This is not just a person who is insecure. This is a person who is fundamentally hollow, and their only way of existing is to take from others. The fifth dangerous sign, and one of the most frightening, is a complete inability to experience genuine guilt or remorse. Jung knew that the capacity for guilt, while painful, is a crucial part of becoming a whole human being. It's the mechanism that forces us to acknowledge our mistakes and to grow. A truly dangerous person, however, has a conscious ego that has successfully walled off any feeling of guilt. When they hurt you, they don't feel bad. They might feign remorse for social reasons, but internally, they feel nothing. They are able to justify any action, no matter how cruel, because they lack the inner compass that tells them they have done something wrong. This absence of a moral core makes them unpredictable and capable of causing immense harm without a second thought. They can destroy your life and sleep soundly at night. So the sixth sign is a fascination with and a constant pursuit of external power as a substitute for internal weakness. Jung saw the ego's drive for power as a necessary part of a person's development, but a dangerous individual becomes completely consumed by this need. Their entire identity is built on a foundation of dominance, control, and one-upmanship. This is not true strength. It's a compensation for a profound, unacknowledged sense of inner weakness and inadequacy. They must always be right, must always win, and must always be superior. They will belittle you, undermine you, and sabotage your success to maintain their fragile sense of power. Their entire world is a zero-sum game, and your success is a threat to their existence. This is an ambition. It's a desperate attempt to fill a deep void by making others feel smaller. Finally, the seventh and most crucial sign is your own unconscious telling you to leave. Jung believed deeply in the power of the unconscious mind and its ability to communicate through symbols, dreams, and, most importantly, our intuition. When you are around a truly dangerous person, your unconscious mind will send you signals. You might feel a persistent sense of unease, a feeling of being drained, or a physical tension in your body that you can't explain. Your mind might rationalize away their behavior. They didn't mean it. Or they're just going through a tough time, but your body knows better. Your unconscious is picking up on all the subtle cues. The insincerity, the hidden cruelty, the emotional manipulation, the lack of a moral core. This is your primal self-preservation instinct screaming at you. When you feel this way, it's not a moment for analysis. It's a moment to listen to that inner voice, to trust your gut, and to protect yourself before it's too late. These 7 signs, when viewed through the lens of Carl Jung psychology, are not mere personality flaws. They are deep psychological fissures that can have devastating consequences for those around them. The person with the perfect persona, the possessed complex, the chronic projector, the empty soul, the one without guilt, the power-hungry manipulator, and the one who makes your gut clench. Each is a warning. This isn't about judging people, but about cultivating a deeper awareness of the psychological currents in our relationships. Your intuition is your most powerful tool, and as Jung would remind us, the ultimate goal is not to fix others, but to become whole ourselves. Part of that journey is learning when to walk away from what is fundamentally and dangerously broken. Trust your instinct, and remember, sometimes the greatest act of courage is to simply leave.